essentially screaming out what the ghost is said to scream out. So we're getting kicked out now, guys. I don't know, they're bloody horrible to look at. We kind of want to get out of. But this is where his body was improperly disposed of. We don't belong here though. It's probably just my paranoid mind thinking someone's going to attack me. Hey guys, thank you for tuning into Amy's Crypt. Tonight I am back at the Shaniva Vada Kila, which is an old 18th century haunted fort here in Pune, India. If you haven't already done so, go and check out my part 1 video where I cover all of the ghostly legends of this place. They're really awesome. But for tonight, we are going to investigate these ghostly claims. This foreboding fort dates back to the 18th century and has an extremely bloody past. It was the scene of a devastating fire in 1828, which caused the deaths of many. To this day, visitors claim to hear the agonized screams of pain as if people are still being burned alive. The fort has even been the scene of a vicious murder. It was here that a jealous uncle, drunk on rage, organized to have his young nephew assassinated. This poor boy was hacked to death in the most violent of ways and then disposed of in the nearby river. His ghost now continues to walk the river bank and the fort, still calling out, pleading for his uncle to save him. Alright guys, we're just about to head into the fort. As I mentioned in my part 1 video, every evening there's a big light show here and we're going to go check that out and see if we can do any investigating within the fort. That is the only way to get nighttime access to this place. So we're going to go in and see what that's all about. Okay guys, they do have a night show and we made it inside and we're just walking to the stage area where they're going to do the show, but everything's lit up with these awesome lanterns. I don't know what they look like in the night vision because we can barely see where we're going, but this is what is lighting our path inside the haunted fort at night and I love it. So we just wrapped up the light show and it was actually pretty good. I did enjoy it. I couldn't understand any of it because I don't speak the language, but I know the story. It was telling the story, the whole ghost story kind of thing, and they had all themed lights with the fountains and it was great. And then at the end I was literally the only person that clapped. Yeah, we're gonna get ushered out now as well because they're gonna set up for another light show. Hopefully can do a ghost tube session on the way out though, because we're not going to be able to investigate inside the fort at all, which is unfortunate, but yeah, we'll leave and do a ghost tube. Alright guys, we are currently inside the fort at night, which we're very excited to be. I'm just conducting a ghost tube session, so you guys are going to see some of the readings on screen. We are getting ushered out to leave now, so this is kind of making the most of it, but we're going to walk around. We'll be looking for magnetic fluctuations, so changes in the environment. I do have the language set to Hindi, which isn't the main. It's one of the languages spoken here, but not the main one. The main one is Marathi. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. We'll see if we get any words through and if they're relevant to this place and this place's history and story. What's interesting, first of all, we're not going to be able to pick up any EVPs. It's far too loud here. You can probably hear the traffic around me, but I'm going to ask a question or call out to our ghost, which they spoke about in the light show that we just watched. What is funny about the light show, there's a scene where they have sound effects going and it's voices of men who are essentially screaming out what the ghost is said to scream out. So I wonder if people are hearing that on the other side of the wall and being like, oh my gosh, the ghost. But the name of our ghost is Narayan Rao. I hope, again, I'm saying that properly. Hello, Masi Nawi Amy Ahe. Hello, my name is Amy. Malatus Nausanga. Tell me your name.
It's probably important to note the app only has limited names in it, so it's possible it won't have his name. It's only probably got 50 or 100 or so names in it.
True. I'm also speaking in Marathi to it, which is the main language spoken here in Pune. This app is set to Hindi.
Yeah, it doesn't have that language on it. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, I mean, unless we get some kind of EVP, which I honestly think is impossible right now. There's so much noise. Maybe we'll keep walking. Mashjashi Bull, talk to me. I think there's someone coming to kick us out now. Okay, that light show was really interesting, and unfortunately we couldn't really stick around to do any paranormal investigating, but that is okay because we're now headed to the nearby river where our ghost's body was improperly disposed of, and he has been sighted there and he has been heard there, so it's going to be a really interesting place to check out. Alright, we're now on the outskirts of the fort, and I'm not here to paint any illusions for you guys, or no trickery here. It's freaking loud. There's a lot of people around, there's a lot of traffic, and this place bustles until the very early hours of the morning. I don't even think it stops. It does slow down, but it doesn't stop. Now, part of the ghost story here is that people on the outside of the fort can hear a resident ghost inside. Narayan Rao's calls to his uncle to save him. I'm not going to say that's impossible, but it is hard to believe when it is this noisy out here that any noise and sound could be pinpointed and differentiated, you know, coming from inside, outside of the fort. There is also part of the light show that we just watched that reenacts through loudspeakers, I'm slaughtering the name, reenacts Narayan Rao's calls to his uncle for help. And I'm sure most people could differentiate and understand that that is part of the light show. That is not a ghost, but I just want to make note of that because I'm sure you could hear that part of the show from the exterior of the fort. That being said, we're going to do a walk around the exterior and I'll show you guys how close the busy roads are to it, and we'll go check it out regardless. So let's go. This is the exterior wall of the fort. And as you can see, there is road that surrounds it right here. These roads go all around the circumference of the fort, and they are all that close as well. They are all this busy. And I mean, you guys can probably pick up how noisy it is out here and how much is going on. So we're definitely not going to be able to do any kind of investigation from where we are here. Even when we were inside the fort, that noise is extremely loud, still within these thick stone walls. So we're going to walk around anyway and just explore the exterior for a bit. Alright, so fort wall, then here's the road, and there's not even a bloody footpath to walk on here. So we need to cross, I think. Alright, so that's a whole lap of the fort, or the fort's exterior now. And now we're going to head down towards the nearby river, which is also reputedly haunted.
And hopefully a little bit quieter as well.
Yeah, I really hope so. This is nuts. Alright, so we've made it pretty close. Well, there's that. We made it pretty close to the river, right near a bridge. We aren't where we thought we would end up though, in an area that we kind of want to get out of. So I think we're going to go and try and find another area where we can actually get down on the banks. So yeah, wish us luck. Once again, we don't know where we're going. Alright guys, this is the river just behind me. We're standing on the banks of it, and it is a lot quieter here. It isn't by any means silent or peaceful. There are still a lot of busy roads going around and by us. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my part 1 video, which I recommend watching, probably wondering what the frick am I doing down here. And part of the ghost story talks of this location. Our ghost, named Narayan Rao, lived and was murdered within the fort that we were just at, but this is where his body was improperly disposed of. And local traditions kind of say that for a proper burial here, you need to be cremated and then have the proper rituals and rites sort of performed at that time to release your soul from the mortal world. And that's why a lot of people claim that that's why our ghost hasn't moved on and is kind of trapped here, primarily at the fort or along the area of the river. So his burial rites, I guess, were being murdered, hacked to pieces, and then having the dismembered parts of his body disposed of in the river, and they were never found to give him the proper burial. So it is kind of a creepy spot. There's a few people around and it feels a little sketchy. We also have a dog here as well, which is kind of cute. I don't think that...
We won't go near him.
Yeah, we're not going near him. I don't actually think he's at all bothered by us at all. I mean, he's so used to all this stuff going on. Yeah, let's get have a closer look at the water, I think. I just heard something move behind me.
On the floor?
Yeah. It could just be an animal or something, it's fine. But...
Do you have a torch?
I don't know, it attract attention to us. There's some people hanging out around us. I don't know why. I don't know if this is a cool hangout spot or what.
It really is not.
Yeah, I know. We don't belong here though. Okay, I swear I just heard something again, like almost, it's probably just my paranoid mind thinking someone's going to attack me or something, but it sounded a lot like footsteps. I think the most appropriate tool that we can use here is a spirit box, and yes, that thing is noisy, so I like the fact that it drowns out some of the background noise. You can hear that too, right?
Yeah, maybe someone lives in there, Ames.
You think?
Maybe. Yeah, I think someone lives over there. Maybe we should try and hurry up and
so
get spirit
that's just
box
like
on.
a big concrete pylon.
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know, some kids are just leaving on a motorbike. What was that? Leaving on the road.
I'm hoping that was a backfire.
Okay, you don't?
I'm hoping it was a backfire.
Yeah, hey. Alright, well, should I do spirit box?
Yeah.
Or are we too
Do spirit box.
scared of our lives here?
Do spirit box.
Alright guys, this is a spirit box session on the banks of the river that are supposedly haunted here in Pune, India. Hello, mas nawe Amy ahe. Hello, my name is Amy. Malatus now Sangha. Tell me your name. Tamshok Katumbas Tam So Sawi Dika Kela. Why did your family murder you? Tusa Kaka Koal Ehe. Who is your uncle? To Ite Kara Hela. Why did you stay here? Majeshi Bull. Talk to me. Danyeva Alaweda. Thank you, goodbye. Okay, so that was kind of a short one. It's very difficult to pronounce this language. I hope that, I did my best with it. If you guys are watching and you speak Marathi, please let me know if you heard any words, any phrases, anything that might have made sense to what I was attempting to ask. Any tutoring or any tips on the language, always appreciated too. I think that we might leave this area. Seems, I don't know, there's a few people watching us now, so I feel a bit unnerved here, not because of anything paranormal, just weird. We're gonna head back. We're actually staying like 1 block away from the fort, so might head back and walk that way. And I just also want to add with that session, there were definitely voices coming through, but we are in a pretty big city here and it definitely could be radio interference. I always stress that. I like to remain skeptical with the spirit box. So if you guys do speak Hindi or Marathi and you did notice anything, please help me. I would love to know if you did hear anything. So yeah, it's like a little bit of a weird place to come and hang out. I think there's just this burnt out car here. So odd. Literally burnt as well.
Wow. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, don't put your fingerprints in.
I don't know when was the last time I had a tetanus shot. Whoa. Wonder what its story is. Whose car this was? Why is it burnt out? Was it stolen?
I don't really want to hang around long enough to find out.
Alright, let's go.
We actually managed to make it back to the fort safely. You might notice the big doors behind me. Sorry, this one was a bit hard to investigate. This place is really hectic and crazy. You know, sometimes you just don't get the perfect environment or location that you want to make work, but it was still very cool to explore this location with you guys. If you did like this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always have more spooky videos on the way. If you want to read any more about this haunted location or other haunted locations that I visited, head to AmysCrypt.com. Until next time.